Grand Theft Auto 6 might be in trouble again because Rockstar just got hacked and is being blackmailed.
Shiny Hunters said they gained access to Rockstar servers managed by a third-party cloud provider and would publish the stolen material online unless paid a ransom.
Rockstar came out and said, yeah, we're aware of the situation, but it has no impact on our organization or our players.
If the hackers actually leak something important, it could affect the GTA 6 release date again.
You niggas really think Rockstar Games is gonna give you some money because you got a little data on them?
If we get one more delay, I'm done. Good everyone. Today's video I want to cover the recent news of GTA 6 data being allegedly, reportedly breached, and maybe potentially tomorrow being leaked as well, which you're about to hear about. Basically, long story short, somehow Rockstar or some fucking like companies working for them got like breached again, like fucking 3 years ago, similar story, and now instead of like the data being, you know, leaked already, bizarrely enough, the people who breached it are now holding ransom for the data that they want to get money for, unless, you know, they want to they will release it tomorrow. Let me play a quick. I'll play a quick clip from the BBC on TikTok of how they explain it.
A group of cybercriminals thought to be in their teens have hacked Grand Theft Auto developer Rockstar Games. The hackers call themselves Shiny Hunters and they specialize in data theft and extortion. In post-view,
I will say, when I heard about that they were teenagers, I was like, what the fuck? But like, how are being hacked by fucking teenagers that can like breach like top fucking gaming companies like a data source? But you see later on, you know, they're a bit more than that, just fucking like teenagers. Like they're pretty infamous.
By news outlets, Shiny Hunters said they gained access to Rockstar servers managed by a third-party cloud provider and would publish the stolen material online unless paid a ransom. The group told us their demands have not yet been met. But Rockstar has downplayed the breach, telling a gaming publication that it has no impact on our organization or our players, and that a limited amount of non-material company information was accessed. It's the second
Now here's the issue. From both, we don't know what to believe, because from the hackers' point of view, of course, like they would inflate the what they got, you know, to get a bigger ransom. So then, you know, even if they have jack shit, if they make it seem online, you know, that they have like big shit on, that's gonna make like people like panic, or that's gonna like make people perceive it as, you know, big news, and then make Rockstar, you know, pay whatever they're asking for, which you'll see in a second. But from Rockstar's point of view, you would say, oh yeah, you know, it's more like a fucking it's more like a sinking game, you know. Of course, you like deflate, like devalue whatever they have, cause if you know, you want people to fucking panic about this, cause you know, if you have like some situations like 3 years ago where like big info about the game comes out and it focuses on production, you're fucked. So I'm not really sure what you believe, either the hackers or Rockstar. It's more like a limbo, and I'll keep on playing the clip.
Time in 3 years that the gaming giant has been targeted by hackers. In 2023, an 18-year-old British hacker leaked clips of the unfinished GTA 6 game, prompting the company to release its trailer for the game ahead of schedule. The BBC has approached Rockstar for comment.
That's what I mean. Because the one from like 3 years ago, that was big enough to make like Rockstar panic and like release the trailer early. It made them panic bad enough that they broke schedule. But I read like the fucking. Allegedly, reportedly, this is a message they got on Telegram, you know, saying like, hey, like fucking give them a warning out. Hey, we have the data, give us 200k or release it. I'll read it real quick. Your Snowflake instance metrics data was compromised thanks to Anecdotal. I think Snowflake is like the third-party data service they had, apparently. Pay or leak. This is a final warning to reach out by 4th of April. Tomorrow, before we leak along with several annoying digital problems that will come your way. Make the right decision, don't be the next headline. Final warning, pay or leak, 11th of April. I think no, that's when they fucking update whatever. I get price 200k, and then a bunch of like, don't just be fooled by Maddie, Savoy, James, who misused my PGP key for ransom. Verify myself via PGP, and a bunch of, you know, ID and shit, whatever. It's actually crazy. Do you have a real quick to sidetrack? This is what I want to know. I want to know if fucking like what they have is like really useful information or just like vapid nothing, like a nothing burger. If it's like really important shit that could delay the game even more already, personally, if I was Rockstar, I would pay that ransom. Bro, 200k, that's a lot, but A, you know, for Rockstar, that's not that much, and B, I'd rather pay 200k than maybe like lose millions or billions by delaying the game even more or causing any more issues. That's the saying. So if it's like important info, bro, happily, if I was Mr. Rockstar, easily pay that shit. If it's absolutely like nothing burger, maybe, you know, like don't like, but if it's not about GTA 6 and it's like important like company data, you know, with the employees and, you know, private info, that would be an issue. But if it's absolutely nothing that, you know, they can use against you, maybe don't pay them. If you really want to be petty, you know, sue them. The issue is also, I feel like if I were them, right, if I were the hacker, I'd have no reason to, like, you know, like leak it if it was useless and nobody would care. Because then at that point, like, you know, they could sue you, you know, for like revealing that shit. And you're like, the risk reward ratio, you know, there's a much higher risk and there's no reward if it's fucking like user information. So that's the issue. So, bro, if they're smart enough to know if they're smart enough to fucking like hack into like a data provider that's as big enough to work with Rockstar, odds are like they know how to play the cards. So if they're offering 2K, they must have something, you know, that can cause like collateral enough to be like 200K. You know what I mean? The last thing I'll read real quick for this video is like a synopsis, you know, to who they are. Also, shout out to this guy, because this guy fucking like make a whole blog, this cybersecurity guru. He made like a whole blog, like, you know, breaking down everything about this. Even though it's like, you know, it's really like breaking news, to be honest, pretty fresh. They've been around since roughly 2020. They don't go after individual users, but target APIs, identify systems and integrations, then sell or leak what they find. Past victims, it's crazy. Past victims include Microsoft, a claimed 500 GB source code for in 2020, Wattpad, 270 million user records, Cisco, AT&T, and Ticketmaster. They're also linked to the Snowflake-related credential theft, that Wave, that was problems throughout 2025. So yeah, they're not amateurs. That's saying. So even though that lady was, you know, like, oh yeah, the teenagers, they're pretty fucking smart for teenagers, you know. They're pretty smart for teenagers that they know what they're doing, bro. Like, bro, if they had fucking like Microsoft before, then like God knows like what they could do easily to fucking like GTA, like Rockstar, I mean, easily, what they fucking did it already. So that's crazy. So again, you know, in general, fucking like bottom line, if it's like used for info, Rockstar, I beg you, pay them 200K. I was better mind, like they're fucking like they set a deadline by tomorrow. So I'm worried because I want to make the video like title, you know, oh, GTA 6 is cancelled, ? But if we hear fucking news tomorrow that it will be like delayed even more, I'm gonna hate that even more, bro. Like I want to feel bad for Rockstar, like, you know, I feel like they have been fucked a tiny bit by all this shit, by this news, and the one from 3 years ago. But like, bro, I'm sorry. Like, I know there were issues with like game development, but like, dog, at some point, just fucking release the game as it is, and I'll be fine. But with a game as big as this, right? Okay, I'm kind of feeling safer now, because with a game like GTA 6, you can delay it even more, bro. Like, even if it comes out, you know, unpolished, I don't care, because it's fucking like a once in a lifetime game. I'm not gonna care. I think, hopefully, I mean, both ways, you know, hopefully Rockstar will be smart and pay the 200K, or they'll be like super like die hard and not pay it, and then maybe at worst the game, you know, we see some like interesting shit, but hopefully it won't push back the game deadline, because again, having to wait fucking till November is already bad enough. If I get any more news about, I don't think it will, I don't think it'll get worse, but if it does get worse and I hear more news of it being delayed even more, I'm so dumb, bro.
¿Te gusta ver vídeos divertidos de Azul?